Welcome back, Last Request Barbecue. We're making food to die for. So, in today's episode, a couple of interesting things. First of all, you might be able to see a little of my breath. It's a little cold out today, and it's dark. It's dark early. So I got a full lighting episode. Let's see how this turns out. We are making an apple-infused pork. So it's a fresh apple season. It's the fall. So we got some Royal Gala apples, delicious Ontario deliciousness apples. And with that, we're gonna have some nice pork, lots of onions, gonna sit in. We've got some apple cider. I'm fortified today with proper 12. So get ready to do this cook. And we're gonna prep the pork chops on the Yoder at a low temperature to give some smoke and some feel for them. So it will all come together in a delicious dish. Let's get started. So we're gonna prep, first of all, our pork. Leave it in this container here, actually, very convenient. And what we're gonna do is smoke this on the Yoder for about half hour, 40 minutes, give or take, and then we're gonna braise it in the pan. So what I wanna do with this pork simply, we are gonna put some avocado oil on it. Little this, little that. Very good. And then we're gonna put a bit of salt and pepper on it. And then we're gonna put on some magic dust. This is a Meathead's magic dust. I use this on ribs. By the way, I'm gonna make a rib recipe soon. It's a sweetness in it, so this will go really nice. So I'm not looking for spice today. I'm looking for smoke and a bit of sweetness. I'm actually looking for 4 chops today. So let's get our 4th chop out. Give it the same treatment. And then we flip, 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 flip. We all know I love the avocado oil. Has a low smoke point, salt, pepper, S&P. And then finish off our magic dust here, which I'll put the recipe for. Go find, maybe you can find it on Meathead's site as well. Put a little generous amount, and now let's get this into our smoker. All right, first step is we're gonna be making this combination, kind of a bit of a slurry, so to speak, of the sauce. So what we are looking for is 1 cup of apple cider. There we go, 1 cup apple cider. And then we want 2 tablespoons of honey mustard. Now I don't have honey mustard, so what I'm gonna do is gonna take my South Carolina mustard. There we go, so call that 2 tablespoons of that. And then I'm gonna add in some honey and make honey mustard. Now this is from, this is great honey from Rosewood, which is a winery in the Niagara region, and they make a delicious wine and delicious, delicious honey, actually. So I'm gonna put in a good dollop of rosewood honey. There we go. And then, you know, voila, I got honey mustard. Throw in some salt and pepper. So we need a bit of cornstarch, just 2 teaspoons. So we'll just be a little careful with how much we put in. There we go, a little bit more. All right, that's 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. And lemon, we'll put in half a lemon. It's not too lemony. Apple is definitely the dominant flavor in this one. And we whisk. Let's whisk this up. All right, let's give that a little taste. Nice. All right, we put that aside, and let's move on to our next step. So the pork chop is on the Yoder cooking away. So this is actually a yum and yummer recipe, and I'm changing it up a little bit. In the original recipe, which is really good, we've tried it of course, is you grill up the pork and sear it on both sides. I'm gonna smoke it first, and then I'm gonna sear it. But so right now, I'm gonna get the onions going, caramelize them, and then we'll start cutting up the apples. And then by the time that's all ready, our pork chop will be smoked, and we're gonna cut up all these beautiful Gala apples that get mixed in for an amazing flavor. All right, so let's get going. Let's first of all get our onions going, because it's the longest lead time stuff, so to speak. You know what I find is most case is what you learn about cooking over time. It's about timing, actually. Timing, heat, salt, fat. That's a good Netflix show, by the way. But a lot of it is about timing. What you do when, and being thoughtful about that helps you get ready and keep control of everything. And you know, I'm not sure I'm late to understanding that, but certainly I put way more focus on it. You know, what's the longest lead time thing? You know, I started the Yoder, you know, 40 minutes ago and get it going. So it's ready. Now, you know, make that slurry. Let it sit, because it needs to sit for a bit. Then get the onions going, because caramelization, you know, in the book it says 5 minutes. Onions don't really caramelize in 5 minutes. So, you know, I want to give them lots of time to feel the love, so to speak. So I'm cooking half of these and sliced, and the other I'm going to have in big slices. So I want like a mixture in the pan. Let's get some avocado oil in there, and we will get going with these. cut up as well. Yeah, it's a whole different thing cooking in the dark, let me tell you. Next up, a couple of cloves of garlic. Strip them off and then just chop them up real quick. Get those in. Let's start preparing the star of the show, our apples. Now, our apples are skin in. You know, 1 big apple, 3 mediums. I like this, very appley. Fresh Ontario apples. Hard to imagine anything better. So I'm just going to cut these as if I was cutting an onion, actually. So I've pulled our pork chops off the grill. They've been on there for about 35, 40 minutes at a low 225. Look at those delicious little grill marks. Of course, this isn't done yet. It gets finished, but it's just added a nice smoke and a nice perspective to this pork. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the pork in and let's get cooking here. Let's sear it up. All right. And I'm also, while I'm going to do that, let that cook for a bit. Then I'm going to put in half of my solution here. Cooking a little bit. Save some. Move this to the back. Let's get that intensity going. Let's kick it up a notch, as our good friend Emerald would say. And cheers to Proper 12. Irish whiskey with an E. You ever notice that? Whiskey? Yeah, how can you tell it's Irish whiskey? It's got an E in it. All right, the chops have been in for a bit. I'm going to add my meter, just to keep an eye on the temperature, into our chop. There we go. All right. Put that back, and let's check how we're doing temperature-wise with these chops with the meter. That's coming along nicely. I'm now going to add in our apples, our plethora of apples, and the rest of our sauce. There we go. Give that a shake. Distribute things around. Make sure our apples are getting cooked here. And put that to the far back where the most heat is. So now we just cook. Now we just let it cook, and it'll be ready soon. This is amazing. It looks amazing. Our pork is ready according to the meter. I've checked a few, and we're right in the perfect sweet spot. Let's do the big reveal. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Look at that apple pork. Delicious. Check that out. All right. Woohoo! Let's get a good shot of that. All right. Smoky Ontario apple pork. Bon appetit.